Hey people, welcome back to our channel. It's HOURR channel. Once again, it's me, your bearded bro, QuickSilver 15, back with another video. And today we'll be doing another review of course, another Netflix series, and it's gonna be an interesting one, guys, because I don't know, it's kind of interesting. And we'll be reviewing another cool Netflix show, and if you don't know what it is, you'll definitely be surprised when you watch it. So it's possible there are possible spoilers ahead, guys. So if you're not into spoilers, I suggest you pause the video and go watch the show we'll be talking about, and then come back to this review and we can discuss in the comment section down below. So what can I say about this series, man? And of course we'll be talking about Sweet Home, and it's a Netflix original series, and it's Korean, guys. It's a Korean survival horror type genre type thing. So just an overview of this series, guys. We have, well, a bunch of people. We have a bunch of people and they're stuck inside some sort of condo building. Condo ba yun? Basta it's a building that has pretty much all their necessities inside. So it has like a mini grocery store, it has its own water supply, and it's a really good building to be stuck in an apocalyptic situation, to be honest. Although of course it wouldn't be a survival horror genre if they didn't suffer any problems along the way, so you'll be expecting some of those in the series. And of course they're trapped inside because of some sort of mysterious sickness or slash disease or curse of some sort that's turning people into zombies. So something different about this series is they're not zombies here, so they're actually called monsters, I guess. So people are turning into monsters by some sort of mysterious reason. We don't really, well, we figure it out along the course of the series, but we won't talk about it here because we don't want to spoil too much, because it's kind of an interesting it has an interesting story and we don't want to spoil too much. So a fun fact about Sweet Home is it's actually based off a web comic, and I haven't read it personally, so if anyone watching this video has read it, comment down below if you have noticed any key differences, if they change any concepts within the comics or the TV series, because they usually do, because sometimes things in comics don't usually translate well into TV or film. But you know, for what it's worth, some of the cinematography and shots in this series actually do look like it's been ripped from comic books. I've read a lot of comic books, and the panels in comic books are just amazing to look at, and you don't really see those types of angles in film or in TV that often, and it's just amazing when they use those kind of imagery in TV series, and it just gives it a unique flavor. So if you've been watching a lot of K-drama, a lot of Korean shows, then you'll definitely notice some of the characters in this series. So just to go through some of the cast members, we have Kang. As disclaimer lang, guys, hindi ko masyado alam kung paano sabihin itong mga Korean names, so I'm sorry in advance sa mga hardcore Korean fans out there. But yeah, so we have Kang, and Gomin Si from Love Alarm. Yep, so they're two of the main characters in this series. We have Lee Do Hyun from Hotel de Luna. Hotel de Luna, you know, the warrior guy who betrays the main character, the main owner of the hotel. Yun. So he's here too. And we have Kim Sang-ho, and he's just the weird little guy. He's in Kingdom, and he's in also a bunch of other series, Korean series, and I just love the guy, man. He's just such an interesting character to watch every time. And of course, there's so many more cast members. We can't go through them. Those are just some of the notable ones. Yeah, so let's move on. One other thing that I do have to say for this series, and it's one of the things that just made me almost want to not watch it, is the fucking soundtrack. And it can be distracting every time. So imagine this. There's an epic moment, for example in anime, where the main character is fighting off the big boss guy, right? And usually you'll hear like this epic orchestrate music, some sort of inspirational music that just makes the scene more intense. So for here, they tried to do it, but oh my god, they chose just such an... I don't know, guys. Because they chose Warriors by Imagine Dragon. I hope I got the title right. Wait. Let me check if I do have the title right. Yeah, so yeah, I was right. So it's Warriors by Imagine Dragon. And it's super cringy. I mean, it's a Korean show, so you'd expect that it would have a Korean vibe. And it's just so... It's jarring to me, man. I don't know if it will be jarring for you guys, but every time they play Warriors by Imagine Dragons, the scene, if you cut out the music, is in its own right pretty epic, but with the song playing in the background, the lyrics can be distracting. So yeah, that's just the thing with songs with lyrics in these types of series. It can be distracting if you use a song with lyrics at the wrong time, and this is one of those examples, at least for me, guys. Like every time I would hear that, I would laugh at how bad their song choices, and yeah, it just makes those tense moments, like, it should be gripping, and it should be the moments where you would be where the audience would be just drawn in on how epic everything is. But with the song, it just snaps you out of the moment. And yeah, for me, it's an epic fail, the soundtrack. So on a good note, this film has excellent cinematography, and a lot of the shots are very cinematic. Again, because they are taking direct panels from the comics and translating it into film, and you get a lot of shots and scenes that you wouldn't usually see. So they have like a lot of interesting angles, and it can be fun to watch. So another thing can be said for the CGI monsters. So it can be weird at first. So I imagine they only started with one pilot episode they presented to the producers, and they had a really low budget for that one. So the CG for the first episode was kind of bad. But it does improve. I'm not saying it's the best CG you'll see for TV. So again, thinking this is for TV, the CG is okay. It's not terrible, but it's not really Hollywood level. And as you would expect, so CG for me here, apart from the first episode, is passable at best. And yeah, it does improve after the first episode. So if you're bothered by the CG at the first episode, again, it does improve. Another thing I find a bit funny about this series is the background characters. They keep changing and they keep disappearing, and I don't know what happened to them, because one scene you'll see like two guys at the background and then you won't see them ever again. For some reason, suddenly the background characters are all girls for some reason, and they keep changing, and it's kind of weird. And I don't know if it's just me that notices that, but yeah, the background characters are, I don't know, because there are so few characters in this series that you'll really notice when a new face is introduced in the screen. And yeah, it's just a bit funny for me. Overall, I think the combination of survival horror and anime stuff makes it quite a unique experience, and we don't see a lot of that. Overall, I think the story is good, although they did use a lot of tropes and cliches from other shows and movies. I do wish they would improve the CG, and if they do have a next season, and damn, just remove the song, man. I don't want to hear Warriors by Imagine Dragons in the next season if they do have one, because it just doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit. It doesn't, guys. No. Netflix, no. Bad choice. It may sound cool, but it just doesn't fit in a Korean show, guys. No. So yeah, the cast is great overall. I can't complain. The cast was really good, and yeah, that's about it. So we're giving this series just a passing grade, a 6 out of 10. I still enjoyed it. Again, it's really a preferential thing because I love anime and I love survival horror stuff. I love monsters. What can I say? But yeah, those things can be pretty hit or miss, and it will entirely depend if you do like those kind of things. Can be corny at times. Again, that soundtrack can be distracting, and yeah, a lot of the background characters just disappear. Overall, it is still an enjoyable experience, so I do think you guys should check it out, and comment down below what you think about this series. So if you like it, please comment it down below, or if you hate it, whatever, comment down below. Let's discuss what you guys think. So yeah, that's the end of this video, guys. If you like it, please do give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and notification bell so you'll be notified of our next video. And once again, it's me, your bearded bro, QuickSilver 15, signing off.